Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to check out Garden Wars. Garden Wars is a 2 to 6 player game from Zesty Games, and it takes about 15 to 30 minutes to play. In this game, you're going to try to have the best garden while sabotaging your neighbor's garden and protecting your own. Let's go ahead down to the table here, and I'll give you a general idea how the game plays, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Alright, so this is Garden Wars. Garden Wars is going to be a game where you're going to try to get the most points from collecting sets and having exports out in the game. So, at the start of the game, everyone's going to get one almanac. And I did shuffle them up in here. Any remainders do get shuffled back in. Almanacs are basically, you can play to protect yourself. The one you get at the start of the game is face up on your board, and that's your one out for the game. But all the other almanacs or defensive cards that you get, you draw into your hand. And what you're going to do is you're going to draw, everyone's going to get 5 cards. And the way the game's going to work is, and there's reaction cards in here too, but you draw back up to your hand limit at the end of every turn. All your turns, sorry, not every turn. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a look at these cards, and you have 3 different rows. You're going to have your seed row, you're going to have your crops, and then you're going to have your experts. Your experts are on top, are either going to give you points or defend it. So this one here stops bunny attacks. So I have 2 actions on my turn, and on my turn I can play a card to the seed row. That's one action. I can flip a seed row card and put it into one of my crop things. I can only have up to 5 crops, so you have to be careful what you're going to do with those. And I can play an expert, so I can put that in there to protect my strawberry crops from bunnies. So that's the other action you can do. You can also attack a neighbor. I don't have any neighbor attack cards but in my hand currently, but there's some cards that let you attack a neighbor, and some cards that your neighbor has can defend against an attack. Where are all the attack cards? I think they're red borders. Yeah, like here's Noisy Neighbor. Look at the player's hand and take one of the cards. Or, sorry, Nosy Neighbor, not noisy. Rot, send 1 fruit card to the compost. So you can play those out, and like if they have the almanac or other defensive cards or experts, they can block those. The last thing you can do is, well, I'm not gonna. I don't really want to play this. I did have an attack card in my hand. I don't really want to play this attack card right now. Although you should always pretty much attack people if you can, because you need to make sure you limit how many points they get. So I can move a card to the compost, and at the end of the turn, I will draw up to my 5 card limit. The gameplay will continue until all the cards are pulled from the deck. Now, another special thing that can happen, there's an almanac, there's going to be disasters. So if you draw a disaster, that immediately happens, and the disaster affects everyone. So let me find one here. That's an attack. Where's my disasters? There's several disasters in here. Here, disaster. There's one. Locust. All players must send 1 crop to the compost right now. So if disasters are pulled, that immediately affects everyone, and it occurs right then. So those will generally happen at the end of the turn. And what you're going to do is you're going to look for bonuses for the different things that you put out. So let's say I just had these 3 cards at the end of the game. What will happen is I will get 2 points right here, but if I had a stack of 2, I would get another bonus point. Here I have 4 points, but I get another bonus point for a stack of 2, so that's 5 points. So right now I would have 7 points at the end of the game. That's how you're going to do scoring after all the cards are out. So in a nutshell, that's how you play Garden Wars. Let's go ahead back up the table here, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So Garden Wars is a light game, is a light fun game. So you have to be in the camp of wanting a nice, fun, light game that is Take That. So there is a lot of Take That in there. There's a lot of cool things that you can do by protecting your different garden rows. Some of the experts that you can put out there give you points, so you might want to go a different way with it. I did forget to mention in the in the little overview there that the experts can give you some points at the end of the game too, so you will need to total those up. But picking your patches appropriately is really good, because it is the crux of the game too. And you also have to be really careful too, because you don't want to make one of your crops super valuable per se, because without protecting it as much as possible, because your opponents are going to say, well, I don't really want you to get that many points at the end of the game, and start attacking it. And that almanac card that you get in the beginning is really nice, because it sort of gets a first get out of jail free card throughout the game. Really fun, fast game. The game plays really quickly, so you can go into multiple different games. Component quality is good in this, and it's a nice little compact box. Everything fits in here perfectly, which is big, because there's no empty space really for here. So you don't have to worry about this, taking up too much room if you're going to go camping or whatnot. This is a great game for that. Or just going out to see family and friends. This will be a great filler game and game nights. But like I said, there is Take That. So if you're cool with Take That, like I am, and you like that in the game, and even so, if you're not too sure about that, the game's really fast. So it doesn't actually matter that much, because you can just jump into the next game and have lots of fun. So that is Garden Wars, and that's my thoughts on it. Thank you for watching.